Welcome to the future of understanding. This is NeuroMind Insights, where we unlock the power of your mind.
For most of human history, we've operated under a very specific assumption. We look at the body like a piece of hardware. Over the decades, the joints wear down and the organs tire out until the machine eventually rusts and breaks. Dr. David Sinclair argues this mechanical view of the human body is backward. In his lab, aging isn't viewed as natural wear and tear. Instead, aging is the underlying root cause that allows every major disease, from Alzheimer's to heart disease to cancer, to take hold in the first place. We know this because teenagers rarely suffer heart attacks, and young immune systems excel at finding and clearing out cancer cells before they can grow. The diseases don't suddenly appear out of nowhere. The aging process creates the environment they need to flourish. If our physical hardware isn't simply wearing out from decades of use, what exactly is causing us to grow frail? To find the answer, we have to stop thinking of the body as a machine made of gears and start looking at it like a computer. The hardware, your actual genes, remains largely intact. The problem is that the software running the machine is losing its instructions. By reclassifying aging as a software glitch, we stop treating symptoms and start targeting the root. A corrupted file isn't replaced, it's rebooted and reinstalled. Every cell in your body contains a full set of genetic instructions, but to make sense of that code, the cell needs a conductor. This is the epigenome, a chemical control system that determines which parts of your DNA are active at any given moment. The epigenome is what gives a cell its specific identity. It reads a distinct sequence of DNA to tell a blank cell to act as a patch of skin, a firing neuron, or a piece of liver tissue. The aging process begins when that conductor gets distracted. Every single day, the cells in your body suffer millions of microscopic breaks in their DNA strands due to environmental stress. These breaks happen naturally, but we accelerate the damage through our choices. Taking frequent flights, or undergoing X-rays, and smoking cigarettes rapidly increase the number of fractures across your cellular DNA. When a break occurs, the cell goes into emergency mode. The proteins that usually sit on the DNA to maintain the cell's identity abandon their normal posts. They swarm over to the fractured DNA to repair the damage and keep the cell alive. The repair works, but here is the critical error. Once the emergency is over, not all of those proteins find their way back to where they started. The epigenetic control system becomes slightly disorganized. Think of a vinyl record. If the surface gets scratched, the original music is still carved into the plastic, but the needle bounces around and plays corrupted noise. The same thing happens in a cell. The youthful genetic code is perfectly intact, but the cell loses the ability to read it correctly. What we see in the mirror is a cellular identity crisis. Because of millions of cumulative repair errors, your skin cells slowly forget how to be skin cells, and your nerve cells forget how to be nerve cells. You can slow down this disorganization. The method relies on a biological hack called hormesis, the introduction of intentional adversity. Hormesis involves putting the body under mild, temporary physical stress. When the body senses this controlled adversity, it triggers ancient survival circuits designed to protect our cells from losing their way. You activate these circuits by breaking out of modern comfort, skipping meals to practice intermittent fasting, and engaging in aerobic exercise intense enough to leave you panting. Both mimic the environmental scarcity our ancestors faced. You can even trigger this response through your diet. Eating plants that have endured their own stress, like deep purple blueberries or shade-grown matcha, delivers chemical compounds called polyphenols that activate the exact same survival pathways in your gut. When you combine fasting, exercise, and polyphenols, your body floods with a fuel called NAD. This abundance of cellular energy forces those wandering repair proteins to clean up damage and snap back to their proper posts. Total physical comfort accelerates decay. Intentional, controlled physical stress forces your cells to remember their youthful programming and hold on to their true identity. Slowing down the loss of cellular information is possible today, but scientists are moving past prevention into the active reversal of the aging process itself. Sinclair's team discovered that a pristine backup copy of our original youthful cellular software still exists. It is buried deep inside our aging cells, waiting to be accessed. To reach this backup, researchers engineered a biological delivery system. They packaged 3 rejuvenating genes inside an empty, harmless viral shell and inject it directly into the target tissue, slipping the new instructions into the cell's interior. Researchers have already used these 3 genes to reset the biological clock in mice and non-human primates. In blind subjects, the treatment restored vision by physically making the optic nerve young again. The translation to human medicine is moving quickly. FDA paperwork has been submitted, and the first clinical trials aiming to reverse blindness in human patients are scheduled for the immediate future. Until those treatments hit the market, the most powerful tool you have is your own routine. Your DNA is not your destiny. Up to 90% of your rate of epigenetic aging is dictated by how you live, what you eat, and how you challenge your body. What was once an unavoidable decline is becoming a biological error, one that we are finally learning how to correct. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to The Explainer. Leave a comment below letting us know which anti-aging habit you are going to start this week. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Neuromind Insights for more.